Good morning. My name is Oscar, the Application Sales Manager of LS Electric. It is my great honor to participate in this great seminar. Today, I'm going to present our DC switch solutions and battery connection panel for your reference. So let's get started. Firstly, I would like to recap the latest market trend from a solution provider perspective. In terms of DC side for each application, the market needs are already being shifted from 1000 volt DC to 1500 volt DC. According to this evolution of business ecosystem, now there are new normal needs in the market. Now 1500 volt DC apparatus is standard product. UL listed device is also essential to make the power conversion system reliable. So I would like to say that the market wants to have more competitive, compact, and certified solution. In case of ESS market, advanced DC product in PV market have been dominating the renewable industry for many years. Despite we have bigger battery capacity thanks to the imports from global battery manufacturers, but we have a new assignment for avoiding any risk of fire. In addition, there is potential possibility of occurrence of ultra-high short circuit, even more than 150 kA and 180 kA during short moment. Moreover, bidirectionality of apparatus is required for supporting optimized performance for charging and discharging. In case of wind power converter, in all ages, low voltage ride-through is important to stay connected to the grid throughout a short main voltage drop, as well as the feature of high voltage ride-through, which enables the wind turbine to stay connected during temporary voltage increase situation. In that case, higher voltage AC breaker up to 1150 volt AC will be needed. Now, in this slide, I'll focus on our complete package for AC and DC protection and switching products. Over many years, LS Electric has continuously reinforced R&D to come up with newly updated market trends. Today, we're going to introduce our major updates in AC breaker and DC switch. From frame C to frame E, we're trying to fill up our product portfolio in order to provide you more options upon your needs. I'm so glad to announce that we are planning to launch 1600M UL listed compact switch soon. As our compact DC switch has already been certified to IEC, the most important point in terms of dimension is that our compact series reduced the size of 55% smaller than normal type while maintaining reliability. We are proud of achieving multiple UL homologation at the same time for both UL 489B for PV and UL 489F of battery system, which enables to use this UDA switch for multi-purpose. Frankly speaking, we could say that 1600M is the world's highest rating so far among compact-sized product group. In order to support medium-sized ESS and DC-DC converter up to 500 kilowatts, we validated that UDA product could endure by 80 kiloamps during 50 milliseconds. Our second product is D-Frame 1500 volt DC switch. We are going to launch this product especially for system integrators who must prepare battery connection cabinet between power conversion system and battery racks. Sometimes we need medium-sized DC switch if the total capacity of batteries does not exceed 1 megawatt or 2 megawatts. Overall specification and mechanical characteristics are almost same as other frames. So if you are already familiar with LSDC switches, our D-frame will be competitive option. Based on our test, we verified that its rated short time withstanding current will be 100 Ka during 50 milliseconds. So this will be another protective option just in case of delay of DC fuse. According to the sum of battery power, you could consider not only 3-pole product for 1200 volt DC, but also 4-pole for 1500 volt DC. For your reference, 3-pole product might be best for the users who installs battery system below 1200 volt DC. As I emphasized earlier in my presentation, we invite you for sure to try our D-frame product for battery connection panel if you are carrying out energy storage product. So let's move on to the next session for new AC breaker. Here I introduce our AV type ACB. The most important point on this product is rated voltage because we have added 800, 900, 1000 and 1150 volt AC for multi-application, which is maximum rating in industry. As you might know well, many PV projects are carried out at alpine zone, more than 3,000 meters above sea level nowadays. So our AV type ACB offers various range of rated voltage. So you could consider 800 and 900 for PV and 1000 and 1150 product for high voltage ride-through feature of wind turbine. For your reference, we also prepared altitude derating table below. We have been continuously collaborating with global wind power converter manufacturers who are producing double fed and full power converter. The maintenance and replacement are still easy to proceed, so there is no difficult point on operation. Based on 2 different frames, our AV series will offer various braking capacity. We also believe that our upgrade feature will help you out to use smaller power transformer connected to power converter. Our maximum braking capacity of short circuit is 75 kiloamps at 900 volts and 50 kiloamps at 1150 volt. Well, lastly, here is the most frequently asked question. Temperature condition is really important to operate power system without problem. Different temperature conditions result in different adverse effects. This table could be applied all range of AV series. So despite harsh condition with higher temperature, our AV air circuit breaker could give you a guideline to excite proper current on the electrical system. For the next, I'll simply point out battery connection panel, which normally integrates our DC product I presented so far. Before going any further, I'll review battery connection panel quickly and we can dive into more detail with actual appearance. As you see here in the slide, this simplified switchgear normally locates between battery system and power conversion system. It consists of various electrical apparatus, including main DC switch and DC fuses and control gears. The main purpose of using BCP is to protect lithium-ion battery system from the unexpected electrical fault. It prevents not only technical problem, but also any commercial damage during operation. In this session, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about battery connection panel, which is called BCP for energy storage system. On the first page, we can see that whole ESS system with corresponding electric devices that LS Electric can offer. Here is AC grid section with switchgear and transformer. For ESS section, you can see the 3 parts, PCS, BCP, which is main topic of today, and BPU. From an installation devices perspective, we provide all kind of AC and DC protection units such as circuit breakers, DC switch disconnectors, and DC relays. BCP is placed between PCS and battery racks, so it can protect battery system from electrical fault. Inside this BCP, DC switch disconnectors are mainly used for switching, but it can protect circuits and combination of fuses as well. DC circuit breakers can also be installed here as alternatives. Here I put together some basic information of BCP. We can provide up to 1500 volt DC and 4000 amps. You can see two different types, which are DC switch only and switch plus fuse type. I'll show you each cases in more detail on the next page. Let's have a look at the single line diagram. Simply, the panels are composed of DC panel, the blue box, and control panel, the red one. DC side is directly connected to each battery racks, as I explained, and the control panel is used as power circuit control of batteries and BCPs. I think case number 2, fuse combination type, is getting more and more important nowadays. In order to protect battery system from the external short circuit event in PCS side, battery manufacturers are recommended to install DC switches and current limiting fuses together. The fast free arcing is the key point for preventing accident, so we normally apply 100 kiloamps fuses for the system. Actually, here you can see the case 3 with decentralized MCCB type. But in this case, generally the fuses can cut off much faster than MCCBs, so those devices are a good combination in order to protect short circuit and overcurrent. Let's quickly look over our business reference. Most of BCP has been supplied to energy storage project. It is well harmonized between power conversion system and lithium-ion global leading battery manufacturers like LG Chem and Samsung. Moreover, we supply those systems to Europe and America. As we have supplied more than 1,200 panels since 2017, you can count on us for any needs in energy storage system. Okay, that's all I want to say today, and thank you for your attention for my presentation. I hope that it helps you a lot to understand our solution, and hope that we can see each other very, very soon. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Simon Lee from LS Electric, and I'm more than happy to be here today to introduce our 1500 DC volts MCCB to all of you. There is high demands for decentralized configuration of energy system for high level of redundancy and plant availability. In terms of cost and benefit, the US and China, which are the top 2 biggest countries for global PV markets, are considering a decentralized system. This will naturally lead to demands in high voltage up to 1500 DC volts and adequate current rating. At this moment, we have a full lineup of 1500 DC volts and 800 AC volts for MCCB commonly used in PV and ESS application. The diagram on the left side shows the general decentralized PV power plants, which is composed of medium capacity solar cells. At a few steps ahead of solar inverter for DC-AC converting, there are primary and secondary protection units such as the junction box, which protects solar modules, and the combiner box for protection of a junction box. Different types of electrical designs are available, and low-capacity DC MCCB and DC molded case switch are now being used in this application. No one can deny the potential of energy storage system, despite there being some safety concerns. With this system, the normal battery cells or modules are protected by both BPU and BCP, stands for battery connecting panel, just like the protection for the junction box and combiner box for PV cell and module. And in terms of BCP application, the DC switch disconnector can be installed together with the fuse for higher battery capacity system. Otherwise, the DC MCS with fuse or MCCB itself are commonly used for smaller BCP. The electrical diagram would look like this. In this slide, I would like to focus on the main feature of our 1500 DC volts UL MCCB. First of all, it is world first UL certified DC MCCB up to 600 ampere frame at 1500 DC volts that can meet the PV and ESS customers' mandatory requirements in the United States, which is the second biggest market globally. We guarantee our high capacity of short circuit breakers, which is 65 kiloamps for UL MCCB and 50 kiloamps for IEC MCCB, both of which are world-class at this moment. More importantly, this will highly required by energy storage system business concerned with battery safety. LS Electric acquired both UL498B and UL489F simultaneously, which we think take great pride in. Aside from previous UL breakers that are compatible with both AC and DC, our new DC breakers up to 1500 DC volts, which I mentioned earlier, will be launched during the fourth quarter of this year. This means that not only will the 1500 DC volts UL MCCB with 65 kiloamps be available, the DC 600 to 1000 DC volts will be available in this market. Apart from the items mentioned in the previous slide, the IC certified DC MCCB and MCS types are also available, especially our 250 ampere frame 1500 DC volts breaker with a compact size will be an appropriate and suitable solution for PV power plants with capacity below 500 kilowatts. These are internal and external accessories for our DC MCCB. Further detailed specification can be provided by email upon your request. Last but not least, I would like to briefly share with you our development plan for our upcoming products. There are the AC 1000 volts MCCB with up to 600 ampere frame, which is an exact solution for photovoltaic and ESS application linked to high output voltage. It will be IEC certified AC MCCB with a 20 kiloamps short circuit breaking capability. We believe this solution is already in the high demands by our renewable energy customers and truly hope that we will be able to launch this product soon into the market. This concludes my presentation for 1500 DC volts UL MCCB. Next is DC contactor, which is applicable for up to 1500 DC volt system. Even for BMS of electric vehicles to BPU of energy storage system, our DC contactor has long been used in various industrial applications. For those applications, we believe the market demand has become so evident that there is an expectation for higher voltage and breaking capacity for higher system capacities. Due to a few safety issues raised in the ESS field, reliability of DC components are a requirement from our customers. The table here shows the current lineup of DC contactors now available and the additional models that we are developing for near future. In terms of energy storage system application, the DC contactor is commonly used in the primary protection, which is called BPU, stands for Battery Protection Unit. Since it is one of the crucial DC components together with the fuse to protect the one battery rack, it is generally composed with 10 to 12 battery modules, requiring the capability of higher ampere making breaking and arc extinction. Additionally, I would like to emphasize that our DC contactors are widely installed in DC EV chargers with a capacity of up to 10 kilowatts. As the capacity of EV charger and output voltage increase with less time for charging, we believe that there is a demand to have a DC contactors with high capacities in near future. Based on the design demands of the contactor for high capacity, there are four major design features: arc quenching, short circuit capability, solenoid actuator designing, and noise reduction. First of all, The most important part to switching is the arc chamber is sealed with H2N2 gas for better reliability. Secondly, the main contact should be considered to enhance the short circuit capacity by selecting the material and the shape of the contact with the optimal spring selection and magnet placement. Thirdly, the optimal design of the electromagnetic actuator should be considered with EM mapping technology. Last but not least, the noise reduction technology should be applied to the design following not less than 50 decibel during actuating force arrangement. Based on the previously mentioned considerations, we are able to mass produce our DC contactor lineup with technical confidence. We have prepared some video clips of the DC contactor switching. I would like to first show you how the electrical arc is quenched in the ceramic sealed chamber in the left video. As explained earlier in my presentation, the arc rises first as the main contact is detached. At this moment, the arc plasma is in a quenching atmosphere so that the energy of the arc is decreasing. After this, the arc is stretched to each edge until extinction by electromagnetic field. If the DC contactor does not have these features, the system cannot meet with the electrical switching life. The 1000 DC volts, 200 amps, 3000 cycle switching test comparison is shown in the right video. As you can see, our DC contactor continues to switch, whereas our competitor's system explodes on account of the epoxy-based arc chamber, which lead to the flames inside of the product. I would like to emphasize that the ceramic seal chamber guarantees better electrical switching life cycles. These are 450 DC volts contactors of up to 400 ampere frame, which are certified by CE, CCC, CB, and even UL, which are widely used in EV application. And these are 1000 DC volts contactors of up to 400 ampere frame, which are also certified by CE, CCC, CB, and even UL. Please kindly refer to the electrical expected life, which are tested under power on conditions. GPR H500A is the one with highest voltage rate at this moment, which is 1500 DC volts and suitable for high capacity battery system. Normally, open auxiliary contact is available with this. General switching life of making and breaking is specified on our datasheet, but any test condition requested by our customers could be proceeded in our own testing laboratory. That brings us to the end of the presentation today. I hope my presentation today will help you to have a clearer understanding of our DC contactor in a high demands of renewable energy solution today. Thank you very much.